Alright, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. And it's been a while. It's been a couple days. I've missed out on some gym days, but that's okay because we just got back yesterday from Pismo Beach, me and my grandpa. And I was fortunate enough to go with my grandpa to one of his class reunions, class of 71, I think. High school class reunion. And it was really cool. It was actually really fun. I was the only kid there. I mean, naturally, I wasn't really supposed to be there, but he brought me anyways, and it was really cool. I met some really cool people, and just to see all of them talking again and getting along with each other after all these years. And they were talking about how crazy it is. They were like, well, it used to be when you'd see someone, you'd be like, oh, I know this person for 10 years or 20 years, and now they're like, no, it's been 50 years. We've known each other for 50 years, and now to come together and see what everyone's up to after all that time. And it was really cool, and it really, it teaches. They had a lot of stories, and a lot of their stories, they have some crazy experiences in them, and they teach a lot about life. And just noticing different kind of trends and stuff is that the stories where the irresponsible stories, which is where they do stupid things like kids would do when they were kids, they had all these stories. They were all experiences, right? And all these type of different experiences that they could tell stories about, because it was stupid things that they did. So it's things that not everyone can say that they did or talk about and stuff like that. And the people who are like me, just stayed in school and did what they were supposed to, they don't really talk much because they don't have much to talk about, and they really didn't do anything that crazy or that stupid or anything like that like a kid would do, because you just do what you're supposed to, and that's what I did. And I kind of regret that. On one hand, I never got in trouble, I never had any problems with anyone, but at the same time, I never had any real experiences that I could talk about, really. And so that's one thing. Make sure that when you're in high school or whatever school that you're in, just talk to people and have a good group of people, because if you make it this far, if you make it into your 70s, which is a privilege to grow old, because there is a lot that didn't make it that far, but when they all came together and they all had stuff to talk about and experiences to talk about, and they were in each other's stories, it was so cool, man. And that's one thing that I'm gonna miss out on, because I didn't have that. I didn't have any experiences. Like I said, I didn't really talk to very many people. I didn't do anything. I didn't get out of the house. And that's one thing I really regret. So that's one thing I learned. And another thing is because at this point in my life, when I was at home recently, because I stopped playing video games 6 months ago, and while I was at home, I was doing research and watching videos and stuff and listening to interviews with successful people and just people who've made it, just to hear what they have to say and talk about their lives and notice different patterns and stuff. And one of the things that they all talk about, because they're successful, and you have to put in the effort to become successful. You have to put the time in. There's long days. You really do have to own your own business to really be successful, and it's a lot of responsibility, and basically that's your whole life is your business. And I was down, I was ready to do that, and I was going to do that, but then moving out here and just hanging out with my grandpa and stuff just changed my perspective on things, and especially going to that class reunion, because a lot of them just worked the same job until they retired, and then they retired, and now they say it's the best thing ever, which being retired would be really sick, because then you don't have to go into work and you can do whatever you want, really. And so it kind of puts a big decision on me, because right now, while I don't have any responsibilities or anything like that, I get the opportunity to decide if I want to be successful and put my whole life into a business and work in 20-hour work days and get things done for a lot of years until it finally starts to pay off, with some real big money. And then most people end up just doing that for the rest of their lives because that's all they know, and they don't know the fun. They can't stand to miss out on all the money that they're going to make, which I know that would be me. Or do I go the normal route and get a normal job, like an hourly job or a salary job or whatever, and just enjoy the money that I make and use it for fun things? And that's kind of like the dilemma I'm in right now, that kind of put me in, because seeing everyone there at the reunion, they were all so happy that they did all this stuff, and they still had experiences after they got out of school that they could talk about and tell each other that they didn't share with each other because they weren't in school anymore. They had moved on and done different things. And so it's like, because I know the experiences that you have when you're successful and you run a business are going to be really limited. Like, they're going to be limited down to like the office, what you do in the office, the business deals that you make, and those super prestigious experiences, but they're not that cool to talk about and stuff like that. And that kind of points me into the next topic, which is the community that I talked about in my last video, which was like the YouTube community that I was talking about, where we kind of all build each other up and point each other to each other's channels and do things together in interviews and do things together in real life if we live near each other, and basically like an online community, right? Which I forget where I was going with this now, but I'll talk about the progress on there, which the whole time while we were at the beach, I was trying to come up with names, and I had my friend Quevin, who also posted a video on our old channel, Duty Bros, talking about kind of what we're going towards, the direction we're going, and we still need to talk on the phone about it or join a PlayStation party. We haven't really talked about it yet, but it's pretty close to what I was thinking in his video, and I'll put a link to that in the description. But anyways, our progress on it, I was trying to think of names, and I'll put a picture on the screen of the names that I was kind of thinking about. I had a whole list because I couldn't decide if I wanted an acronym and have it like 2 or 3 words or 4 words, or if I just wanted it to be a name that sounded cool, kind of similar to Phase or something like that. And now today we were talking about, like, my friend Toby is also helping us. He mentioned something collective, like a name and then collective at the end, because that's kind of cool, because I think we kind of decided on calling it a community, and because we didn't know if we wanted to call it a club or a clan or a community, and I think we decided on community. And then also we were thinking, because me and Toby really like music and we like hip-hop, and if you know J. Cole, he has a record label called Dreamville, which I thought was really cool, because it's like, because where he grew up, where he's from, is Fayetteville, North Carolina, and so he kind of played a word, like kind of played off of that to make it Dreamville for his record label. And it's really cool actually what he does there. He like invites all these upcoming artists in, and they get together and they put out an album where like everyone there gets a chance on the album, and they get a verse, or they get to put their beat on, or whatever they do. And that's kind of like what I was thinking for this community. And Dreamville is such a cool name, like especially if you know where he's from and stuff like that. So I'll put that picture, will be on the screen, and let me know if you like any of those names, or if you have any other ideas, if you like collective, or if there's like any other like Dreamville, something similar to that. Because that's kind of where we're at right now, is trying to come up with a name, because we need a name to go further with anything, so we can start branding and stuff and getting people in and interviewing people, which I'm super excited for. I can't wait to hear you guys talk about why you're starting your channel, which I think we're going to have this be a requirement, is to do an interview with people before they join. And we need to come up with a clan tag that people can put before their name. Not a clan tag, a community tag. And then yeah, we'll just talk about where you're going with your channel, what you want to do, what your goals are, what your interests are, and what kind of life, what kind of person you want to be, what kind of life you want to live, and stuff like that, which I think will be really cool. But I'm going to wrap up the video there. I'm really going to try to start posting again every day because I really like making these videos, and I really need to also. So if you see this and I haven't posted, remind me, comment, whatever. Add me on Discord and let me know. Say, hey, we need a video today, and I'll try to do it because I need to start making it a habit. But anyways, if you made it this far, thanks for watching. If you want to join the Discord, there's a link in the description. It's an online brotherhood, which will be similar to the community, but I think we're going to make a new one for that community specifically. And share this with a friend that's a YouTuber or wants to start YouTube. And I'll see you in the next one.